Hey guys, Shane here. Before we get started today, I want to ask you a quick favor. Please hit that subscribe button and give this podcast episode a share on social media so that we can help more families start, build, and grow a membership of their own. We appreciate that so much. Thank you for listening today. And now on to the podcast.
Hey y'all, Jocelyn here. On today's podcast, we help Dr. Michele Sams grow her membership site. Dr. Michele is a mobile physician and a long-term member of the community. She runs an online health coaching business at drmichele.com where she teaches women how to get their health back on track so they can feel younger and live happier, healthier lives. In today's podcast, we celebrate Dr. Michele's growing membership, and Shane helps her add a higher price certification program as a new tier in her membership site. If you've ever thought about adding a certification to your online business, you do not want to miss a single minute of this episode. Enjoy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Flip Lifestyle Podcast. It is great to be back with you again today. Super excited, as always, to help another member of the Flip Your Life community start, build, grow, take their online business, their membership site dream to the next level. And I'm really super pumped and super excited today for today's guest, because it's always a pleasure to talk to my good friend, Michele Sams. How you doing, Michele?
I'm great. How are you doing, Shane?
I am doing great. We have known each other for a long time in the Flip Your Life community. We have got to meet and hug and actually be in person at Flip Your Life Live. That is always so fun when we get to talk to people on the podcast who've been to Flip Your Life Live. Won't be having Flip Your Life Live for a while, it seems like, because we're all still shut down from conferences and live events. But I wanted you to introduce yourself real quick to the Flip Lifestyle audience. So tell everybody about you, Michele, your background, and what you do online.
All right. Well, I'm a physician. I had a brick and mortar physical medical practice for about 20 years. So about a year and a half ago, I sold the practice, and I have since then started my membership, have moved across country, relocated, and I'm now teaching 1 or 2 classes at a local college at night. So that gives me time to be home with my family during the day and run my online business.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we first got working together. Like, you were selling the practice, when we first met, and then you moved from California to New York, right? Like as far as you can go across the country, basically. And you were actually flying back and forth for a while, weren't you? Like working you would go work for a week and then come back for 3 weeks. And
I was doing that for about 6 months while I was waiting for my medical license in New York to go through.
I gotcha. And then you started working in New York in like a local, like you were doing like freelance work almost is what it would be, right?
Yeah, working in the nursing homes, and then COVID hit, and then the nursing homes pretty much got shut down for visitors and outside personnel.
So you couldn't even go in to do your job and help people, basically.
Right.
Yeah. But thank goodness that you had launched your membership way before this happened, right? Because, and that I've been telling people, I've probably been a little too harsh, but I'm known to be kind of blunt sometimes, right? But I've been telling people, I told you so. If you had listened to me a year ago and you had launched a membership when your job was locked down, you might have had like some online income. And what is your membership? Explain like how it works. Like, what is it about? What do you do in your membership? What do you teach? Because it's not podiatry, right? It's not like, right.
Yes. So I teach healthy habits, and it's really based off of a combination of Ayurveda and Western medicine. So really just teaching people how to get back into a rhythm of getting good sleep and eating right and getting into exercise again. And this is mainly for people that have kind of fallen off the wagon and haven't exercised maybe in a year. And now they're like, how do I even get started again? Because it's really hard when you haven't done it for such a long time.
I think everyone has had struggles getting to. There have been no gyms, right? I know. And what is it they call it? The COVID-19, right? It's not COVID-19. It's the COVID-19. Like we've all gained weight because we're not working out in the thing. What was the word you said before Western medicine? What did you say?
Ayurveda.
What is that? I don't know what that word means.
So Ayurveda is Indian medicine. And so
I gotcha.
Yeah. So it's really based on using food and herbs and the circadian rhythm to get yourself back on track.
Awesome. Do you do a lot of yoga in your healthy membership class? Is that what you? Yeah, I love yoga. Like people laugh when I say that because I'm a big dude. Like like you wouldn't think I would be a yoga person. You know what I'm saying? And, but I love yoga. It makes me. I do yoga 6 days a week, right? But I go through this. I've got this program that I follow. Like 2 of the days are kind of more like laid back mental stuff. And then like there's a hard workout. And then it's kind of like you rest and you kind of go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I love it. It really makes me, the days I don't do yoga, I feel terrible. And the days I just move, even if it's just like laying on the ground for a little while and you're just doing it, like I feel so much better. Like it makes me feel healthy.
That's what yoga does. And it's actually really perfect for runners and athletes to complement what they're doing in their training.
I love it when people, I've gotten down the YouTube rabbit hole on yoga looking for people to follow. Right. And, but one thing I love is when people, call it, like the tools of yoga. Like, it's like, it really is like a metaphor. Like everything you do is a metaphor, in, yoga, like for your real life. Like if you're trying to find balance, like you're really trying to find balance, right? Like work-life balance. And like when you're trying to find like stability, you know, like you can do workouts that make you, it's so different than lifting weights. Like don't get me wrong. I love to pick up heavy things. That's my favorite thing in the world. It's actually my favorite still, right? But like, you just don't get that's basically like all of your anger focused on one piece of metal, right?
Yeah.
And like yoga is different. It's just so different. Every workout is just like so, like focused on doing something, right? Like, and it like makes you think so much. It's like chess working out is basically like what yoga is, right? It's like playing chess and getting exercise at the same exact time. So anyway, all right, enough of that tangent. All right, so your membership's awesome, and what's awesome is you've got 50 people now are paying you $100 a month, basically, to be in your health membership, right?
Yep, that's right.
That's incredible. Standing ovation wherever you are for Michele's amazing membership site. So,
and before I started the membership site, before I started working with you, I was doing one-on-one coaching and group coaching, and doing the launch model, like every quarter, launching a new course or a new group, and it was very exhausting, very, very tiring to do that model. So this membership model is really working.
Let's talk about that for a minute, because this is an interesting topic too. Like we're going to get down into, because we're going to talk about adding a cool feature to a membership. But like compare that. Like people don't believe me sometimes, like when I say that, right? And this is totally unprompted. I don't know what you're about to tell me here, but why is it for you? Why is that more balanced? Why is it so much less stress and anxiety? The membership model versus the coaching or the course launch model?
Well, the course launch model, you're always looking for new clients, but in a different way than with the membership. It's like you're going through a cycle, and it's got these really high highs and these really low lows, and it's like a roller coaster. You're up and down all the time. And with the membership model, it's a lot more even paced. And for my lifestyle right now, that works better.
Yeah, for sure. Like you it's almost like, like you make all those sales in the launch model, and it does. Like, I mean, I've been high on that before. Like literally like, wow, like you're literally outside screaming, right? And then but then it's over and you crash so hard. And the only thing I can compare a big launch to, and the letdown after it, because it is a letdown. Like after that, you're like, oh God, now I got to do it again. Right? Yeah. And then when Jocelyn and I paid off our house, right? Like I thought that it would be like they'd roll out a red carpet, there'd be confetti and streamers like flying from the sky, and everything would be like, everybody be like hugging and crying, like somebody did it. They did. They're not even there before they turned 40. They paid off their house. That's amazing. No, I handed her the check and she gave me a receipt, and that was it. But it was kind of like that, like walking in there high as a kite. Like, how is this possible? We're about to pay off our house and I'm 38 years old, right? And then they handed me the receipt and I was like, that's it? And it was just this crash. Like, okay, well, I guess that was terrible. But it was still cool, but it wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's what launches feel like all the time. Like you have to do that every quarter to yourself,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's exhausting to have such high highs and low lows.
Yeah, and then you hit the launch where there's no high, like it fails and it bombs, and like, wait, it's supposed to be high low, not low low. This is terrible, right? Then you're just out of it. Okay.
Yeah, awesome. I've been there too.
Yeah, good. And especially now, man, I just if I could go back and just shake everybody and tell them to start a membership 2 years ago before this started, like I just know, like I know that my friends And I know that my friends in the Flip Your Life community, people like you and other people that we talk to on the show, like I know the people that did it, even if it wasn't like, it's not like, oh, I'm making 40,000 a month or what, some crazy number. It's like, man, I've got this stable thing that's still working. And it doesn't matter if there's a lockdown, and it doesn't matter if a boss tells me no, and it doesn't matter if whatever, like as long as the internet's on, this works. And that's really, really cool to have that kind of, our floor is so much higher than everybody else when we've got that membership side. You know what I mean?
And you've always said that, but not about a pandemic, but you've always said, be ready because things can change. Don't put all of your material on a social media platform, own it, have it on your website. So you've been saying that from the beginning, that you have to be ready for changes.
Anything. That's right. Right. And a membership is even cooler online. Like I would say you've got members all over the place, right? They're not all like near you, correct?
Right.
Who's your farthest member? How far away are they?
I think Australia.
That's crazy, right? And like, isn't that crazy? Like when you say it out loud, like it's ridiculous. And like, but like, look at just the way this model works in that instance. What's happening in New York isn't the same as what's happening in Australia. What's happening in Australia isn't the same as happening in Idaho. So like by having multiple members spread out in multiple places all over the world in your membership site, you have even built-in protections. Even global pandemics can't take the whole thing down. Like you may lose a few members here and there from this, that, or the other, but they can be replaced by people from other geographic regions where different circumstances are at play. And all of a sudden it's like, it's not just the stability, it's the protection of a huge catastrophe. Like you could lose 20% of your revenue. It's like, okay, I got to go get 10 more people, right? Like, and that's a lot easier than 10 $5,000 clients or whatever like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's cool. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you because I know we wrestled with the idea and it's out there and it's killing it and it's going.
Thank you.
All right, cool. So tell me about. You've got a very interesting thing that you want to add to your membership. So let's talk about that a little bit. Like, what's the next step? What's your membership called? The whole name for it? Go ahead and give everybody your domain name too.
It's Body Wisdom with Dr. Michele, and my website is just drmichele.com.
And it's DR, not doctor, right? Like DR Michele. Okay.
DR,
So everybody go to drmichele.com. Check that out. Maybe join our membership. But tell me what you're going to add now to your Health and Habits membership.
What I want to add is a certification component. So I know there's a lot of people that are really looking to make a pivot now, or they're being forced to because they need to be home because their kids are at home, and they're looking for things they can do where they're working at home and making money right away. And so I have a health coaching certification that I've been working on for a while, and I have it built out so that people can start coaching right away and start making money right away. So instead of enrolling in a course that takes 2 years to complete, or 18 months and spending $5,000 up front or something like that, within the first module, within the first month or two, you can start coaching people on the first thing that you've learned.
I got that's brilliant. That's actually really brilliant. Like, so basically, let's say there's 10 things I'm going to learn. It might take me a month each, but the first month, as soon as I learn the first thing, like, hey, now go teach people that. And, and it's like local community reach out. Like I can get in my own little pod of people. And this is basically the Dr. Michele method is what this is, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what they're learning, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. And then once they've coached, let's say 5 people or 10 people in that subject, then they can, check that off of their certification list and move on to the next module. If they don't want to do it that way, they could just go through all the modules. But people that want to just, the go-getters, the ones that want to make money right away, that are right on top of it, they're going to go out, coach their people, move on to the next module, and just move down the list, a very stepwise approach.
Right. So basically it's like be certified and making money within 30 days or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Basically it's good. Now how, okay. So what this is for everybody listening, in a way, this is a tier of your membership, right? Like this is kind of like, it's a certification. We'll talk about that separately, but this is like the next offer. This is an ascension product. Like probably the people who love your membership, there's probably 10 to 20% of them who will move on, maybe more, but like there's a percentage of those people who would move on to the next thing, right? So if you had a membership site, this would be coaching. If you had like what we do is we do workshops. That's our Ascension product. Like you start building and grow your membership. Then you sign up for Membership Masters newsletter. When you start marketing, then you do the $1 million membership funnel and you blow it up, right? Like, so it's an Ascension level product. But the difference here is you are actually approving these people, like certifying them. Like, I have taught you my method. You are allowed to go use the name Dr. Michele, the method, and you're an official person in this group, and you're allowed to go teach this to other people.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first of all, I'm not a lawyer. Let's just get that out of the way. Right. But all right. So we're going to talk about strategy. I'm not talking about nothing legal, but have you researched this legally? And when you certify people to do something, there's a couple things that can happen. And I've learned this through other people in the Flip Your Life community, who we talked about a little bit off air. Okay. So like one thing you have to be careful of is you're kind of exposing yourself a little bit to legal, right? Because if I teach the Dr. Michele method and you teach the Dr. Michele method and someone sues that person, they might sue you too, of course. So have you thought that part through, which you're a doctor, about malpractice and stuff? Like, have you thought about that and have you researched that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what did you learn about that process when you were kind of looking into it? Was it not that big of a deal? It wasn't as scary as it sounded? Like, for anybody who might want to add a certification to their program.
Yeah. So, you do let people know up front that we're teaching healthy habits. We're not teaching medicine. So I'm not teaching them how to be a doctor, how to be a nurse, anything like that. So it's more like lifestyle coaching than medicine. So
I gotcha. So strong disclaimers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you've got documentation that they've agreed at all those things, and just protect yourself as much as you can. Then don't be afraid. Basically. Yeah. Right. All right, cool. All right. The second thing that I have learned lately is, and this is where you have to be careful with certifications, is you can accidentally create a franchise, right? And a franchise model is taxed differently, governed differently, ruled differently. And like the IRS, and they can come back later and they can say, wait a minute, you've got a franchise model here. Something's different, right? Wrong. Okay.
Right.
Have you heard that? Have you heard that yet?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's another thing I just want to caution you about, because I learned, someone went through this, and one of our people reached out to me the other day and goes, I accidentally created a franchise and the whole business is in jeopardy. And I'm like, okay, well, that's, saying like, because that's what you get into when you start approving people, right? Like, I teach people, we have a membership, you're in the community, you're learning things, but you ain't certified, right? And I'm not giving you permission to go out and be a Flip Your Life coach or whatever. So that's a different level, and just wanted to caution you about those two things. Okay. All right. So now, what are you thinking about price, and what are you thinking about process? Like, how are you thinking about delivering this to potential people? And do you have a waiting list? Do you have people already asking for this?
I do have some people asking for this. I have not created a waiting list yet, or a date that we're going to start. And pricing, I was going to ask you.
Okay.
What you thought about that.
I'm going to ask you back. What do you think first? It's your business. I want to know. You're the opening bid in this negotiation, Michele. Like,
okay.
What do you think?
Well, I know for, the large certifications where I was talking about before, where it takes a year to 2 years, it could be anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 for a certification. So, I definitely want to make it affordable, and I want to make it so that people that they could pay in payments, just like in the membership site, a monthly membership fee. So I do want to make it affordable. So I want to be under that pricing for sure. Okay.
The first thing about, so we're going to treat this like a high ticket offer, because it's the easiest way to think about it. Right. So forget the certification part. Okay. I do think you can undercut the competition, and then you got the selling point of starting immediately. Right. So you actually have this built in, hey, you can make your money back the first month if you go get 10 people or whatever, right? So, that $997 to $1,500 range is probably where you want to be at, right? And I would definitely do this as upfront as possible. Like, they need to pay upfront if they're going to be certified, right? This isn't like you can have payment plans, but the payment plans need to be small, and you need to finance them with a charge. So like, if it's $997 up front, then it's, 3 payments of, what would it be? $397 over 3 months. Like, it's not like they get to spread this out over a whole year and slow down. Like, because you really have to be able to put constraints on people to get the thing done and to get through it and get your money up front, right? And if you start doing 100 of these a year, that's $100,000, right?
Yeah.
So like you're getting that money up front, you're getting big fluxes of cash every time you open and close this thing. So I would say that you're probably in the ballpark there. I mean, you could probably go up as high. I think until you prove the model, you're not going to raise it past that. But you could go up into the $3,000 range easily with this, because you have an unfair advantage. You're a freaking doctor, right? And like, so even though it's not medicine, it's coming from a really, really strong authority that you're certifying people. Okay. So I think you could command whatever you wanted out of that. But I would definitely get all the money up front, and I would keep it in. I mean, you can't cheapen something like this because it's a huge opportunity. Like if they sign up for this and they go sell 10 spots at $50, there's 500. If they do it again the next month, there's 500. Then the next month, and the next month, and the next month. So I mean, they're going to make their money back. That's not an issue, right? So really, what you need is 10 people certified. You need to watch them for a year, and you need to figure out how much money they made back, and that's the real price.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Was that what you were thinking? Somewhere around the $1,000?
Yeah, I was in that range, but I was thinking of spreading it out more. But I understand what you're saying. 3 payments.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, because what's going to happen is you don't want dabblers. You don't want to be doing refunds. Payment plans are totally different than memberships too. Like someone will pay 3 payments and want their money back a lot more often than a membership. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just so much cleaner to say, here it is, 60-day money back guarantee, pay everything up front, it's over, right? It's so much easier to do 3 payments, and if they make 2 and they don't do 1, like tough, right? Like you consume the material, So I would definitely get it as much up front, and it also will differentiate it from your actual membership. Okay, so this is something completely different, basically. Now, what you can do with this that gives it recurring revenue is you can make them renew their certification. Mm-hmm. So that's something that anytime you add a certification program, you want to think about continuing education, right? And they need to re-up. Like, for example, it's $1,000 up front plus $297 a year. So you have to pay those 2 prices up front. Like you want to be certified, and now you're in the program for this year. And then every year you have to pay $297 to keep the certification. I've seen people do that too. So like that's probably how I would work recurring revenue into this. And also you could have a tier for this. Like say you wanted to do something like what I do with Membership Masters, where you send people like a little newsletter or something every month that basically has some tips to get clients and, some things to, like a checklist of things to do, just some kind of little something, right?
Yeah.
You could downsell people into that after they certify and create another tier. Right.
Okay.
So people would probably find value in that too. So I am still going to think about if I was going to certify people to be an official membership coach, right? Then I would definitely still think about how I can recurring revenue the back end to keep people, 1, make sure they're doing it right. And then 2, they're giving me money every month forever. That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
So that's the 2 things I would do. Okay. So, all right. So there's pricing. Okay. We got that. We got a start point. What's holding you back here from launching this? Do you have the material done, or like...
I'm working on the material. I have some of the material done, so I'm pretty much ready to start a launch.
Yeah. Why don't you find 5 people in your existing community that want to do this, and just don't try to... Certification's weird. Like, what you want to do, but like why not let them walk through you with it? Like, right? Because then they can be like, you can tell them what to do. They can go experiment in the real world and come back and tell you it didn't work in the process, right? Because I would think that a huge component of this would be go find 5 people that you can charge to do this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And help them do that. Is that true? Is that what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have 5 people right now to go ahead and experiment with this?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, why not tell them, hey, this is going to cost $1,297 a year, but I will let you in for $500 and $100 a year forever, and get some real people in this with you so you can kind of play around with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. So what will the content look like? Will it be like are you going to drip the content? Is it going to be delivered in the same membership area, or are you going to start a brand new membership site?
I think it's going to be better to drip it so that if they're going to work module by module and get those first clients, it wouldn't be overwhelming, and I think it would be better to drip it.
Yeah. And then and for everybody who listens to the Flip Lifestyle podcast, we're usually against dripping, not in this case. Like there's a reason for it, right? We always say only drip content if you've got a really good reason to do it. And certifications are the reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not contradicting myself. I don't want to have any emails in my inbox. Yeah, I would almost separate it onto a completely new platform totally.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah,
I don't think these people mix. I mean, they may be in the community, but this is like a separate place, a separate login. This is a totally different thing, right? Like, because most people are trying to make healthy habits, but then some people want to teach them. But like, man, I would have these people, there would be a giant wall in between them, like where they can't go back and forth, right? Like, well, then the people who are in the certification can still be in the community, right? Mm-hmm. And that might even be a draw. Like like the upfront fee plus the annual thing, and they get in there or whatever. They get part of that as their journey, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell you, you know where the real money to this is? Like, this is gonna blow your mind. Like the real money here is if you can get the certified coaches to get people to join your community. That would be a really cool thing to do, right? Because they will teach the process, but like, let's say that someone goes out, and how much do you think the coaches can charge for this? Is it going to be like workshops or something, or coaching, or what is this?
Yeah.
Like if you certify me, how much can I charge somebody to do this?
I haven't thought that part out yet.
Well, we need to think that out. That's why we're here, Michele. Yeah. Right. All right. So, okay. So let's think about that. So like, let's say that, the goal is to create a local coach that locally teaches this, right? This is not an online thing. So at any given time, they might have 10 to 20 clients, right? This is probably a part-time thing, right? When you say like, this is somebody who may have another job, but loves your method and wants to help other people. So it's almost like a club or something, right? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So maybe they're just trying to make an extra $1,000 a month for mortgage or for car payments or for whatever, you know? So it's not a full-time biz op thing, but it's totally worth it. So if they could get 10 people to pay them $50 a month at any given time, they're probably cool. Like they're probably cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool. Mm-hmm. But if you could offer these people like a special deal, like where they could offer your membership for a little cheaper, right? Like $79 a month or something, $75 a month. They become like a little recruiting force. Like, okay, you're paying me, right? It's $50 a month, but I want you to go join Michele's membership for $50 a month to get more resources. And that's how they teach. They teach literally from your program in your community. You're not only creating certified people paying you up front, you're creating an affiliate army, basically. You're creating a little army of people that are out recruiting other people into your fold, right? Mm-hmm. And they're winning because they're getting their $500 a month. You're winning because you're getting 2 or 3 new members every time they do a new cohort, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you get 100 certified people out there and they're all bringing you 100 people a quarter, just one a piece, right? Then now your membership grows at the same time. That's magic. I might start me one of these. Hold on a second. I'm gonna write this down. Does that make sense? Or how does that feel?
Yeah, that feels good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like it.
I think we invented something here. I don't know what we've invented, but we've kind of done this. Okay. All right. So what's the next step? Like where are we at then? Okay. We've got the price. You've got the content. You've probably got people that are interested. When are you launching this? Like, that's what I'm at. Like, what do we do next? We got to get this thing going.
Yeah. So I have to get a new platform, a new Kajabi site set up for this.
Okay.
And
what plan are you on in Kajabi right now? Are you on the regular plan?
The regular.
There's 2 plans. You can actually do 2 things. Like, if it's the same business, like Flip Lifestyle has 3 websites. It's got Membership Masters, Flip Lifestyle, and a product site, right? Those are all in one Kajabi account. Okay.
Yeah, I have that.
Right. Okay. So you can build this on that platform and just build the new website then, basically.
Yeah, you're allowed to have 3 three things on there.
Yeah. Now let me tell you something here. Don't, and this is getting into some weeds on Kajabi, so I'm not going to go down this, but like build the website separately, but build your products in that one core place.
Okay.
It's so much easier to see the flow of customers because if you don't, like each website has its own marketing list. So just build the website in one place, drive people to the website, but when they click a button, they go back into the original platform because you want to be able to see your data like, well, this person became a member and then this person joined my certification and then this person got me more members, right? Like you can totally like do that.
Yeah,
you know?
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Kajabi also lets you do affiliates where you could almost make it really super easy. Instead of giving a discount, you could tell your certification people like, hey, when you're certified, you become an official Dr. Michele affiliate. So every person you get to join the community, I'm going to give you a monthly commission, right? So if they get someone to join at $100 a month, you give them $40 a month. So then they can go out and teach workshops for a month, sell the workshop at whatever they want to charge, right? But at the end of it, their job is to get you more people who are in your affiliate program. Now everybody's winning because you're getting $60 a month. They're getting $40 a month. They can get money up front. You can get money up front. And all of a sudden you've got an affiliate army out there working for you. But that could spiral out of control. You certify 25 people and that could get out of hand really fast, right? Because how motivated are they if they work with 10 clients to say, hey, all of you should join Dr. Michele's monthly membership? Because most people can't set up what you've built. They can't, but you can, and you can reward your people, your certified people that way. And all of a sudden, man, they're just like rabid trying to get people to join that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Stuff. Okay, cool. Well, I'm excited. This is amazing. Do we ever figure out what you're going to do next? What are you going to do next? We got to figure out what you're going to do next.
Is getting the Kajabi site set up.
Yes. Okay, perfect. All right. So that's what you're going to do. I'm going to hold you. You got 1 week.
Okay.
You got 7 days to get this done, and then you've got to roll this out. So in those 7 days while it's being built, I want you to reach out personally to those 5 people you think would be loving this.
Okay.
And tell them, hey, I don't know exactly what this is going to look like, but here's what it's going to look like. We're going to have all this stuff. You're going to be able to go out and get clients tomorrow. And then at the end of it, if you're going to put them into the Dr. Michele thing so I can support you and your clients, and I'm going to give you 40%. And it's going to be awesome of everybody you bring to me. So you're going to charge whatever you want, get the money up front. You're going to keep getting paid month after month and year after year by me. Our community is going to grow, and it's going to be amazing. And you know what? I'm giving it to you for half. You're going to pay half forever of what this is actually going to cost. Sign up. That's what you're going to do. Okay.
I got it.
All right, cool. All right, Michele, I love talking to you. You're one of my favorite people in the Flip Your Life community. I know I say that to everybody, but you really are. And I cannot wait to see where this certification thing goes. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you. All right, guys, that wraps up my discussion, my talk, my chat with Michele Sams. Make sure you head over to drmichele.com. She's an amazing person. She's got some awesome stuff if you're trying to get healthier and get fit. And man, what an awesome story of launching a membership site. You know, I always tell people, if you can get 100 people to pay you $50 a month, you can make $60,000 a year. But Michele did it backwards, and it still worked. She got 50 people to pay her $100 a month, and she did it all before something in her life changed. Her old job basically went away, and she was able to still ride it out. She's building a business. She's got a good living. She's making money. And she's making it happen in her membership site. And that's what we want for you. We want you to have that security. We want you to have that stability. We want you to spread that risk all over the world, to serve people all over the world, so that no matter what happens in the economy, no matter what happens in our government, no matter what happens, we can still make a living through it with a membership site. We help people start, build, and grow membership sites of their very own inside of the Flip Your Life community. Now, you hear me say this every week. I don't know what you're waiting for, but whatever it is, stop waiting. Go right now and start your 30-day trial. All you have to do is go to flippedlifestyle.com/free, and you can watch the same trainings that Michele did to start, build, and grow her membership site. You can get into the same forums and ask questions just like Michele did when she was building out her business, and you can go and start, build, and grow a membership site of your own just like she did. That's flippedlifestyle.com/free. Stop waiting. Stop what you're doing. Pull over. Go to flippedlifestyle.com/free. Start your free trial. Get your 30 days free, and you can get your online dream off the ground today. All right, guys, that is all the time we have for this week. But before we go, we always like to close the Flip Lifestyle podcast with a Bible verse. Jocelyn and I get a lot of our inspiration and motivation from the Bible in our business and our life. And we want to share some of those powerful verses that inspire us with you. Today's verse comes from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11. The Bible says, "Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing." And that's really what a membership site is all about, guys. We are taking our God-given talents and experiences, and we're reaching out across the world to encourage our members, to build our members up, and to help people move forward. Look what Michele is doing with her membership. She's elevating her members and helping them create healthy habits. And then she's encouraging and building others up to become teachers and certify them to go out and help even more. And that ripple from her rock that she's throwing into the pond is spreading out all over the place. And we believe that is possible for you in your life too, to take your God-given talents and experiences and encourage other people and build other people up. And if you've already started, just in fact like you are doing. So keep doing great work out there, guys. Keep moving forward toward a better future for your family. And until next time, get out there, take action, and do whatever it takes to flip your life. We'll see you then.
Bye.
This could get huge for you. Like, this might be like can you imagine having 100? Why do I not do this? Can you imagine having 100 people that were certified in your way? And it's the Dr. Michele way. You got to encourage that, but make sure it doesn't become a franchise. You got to make sure of that too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, if you set up the program correctly, then your goal is 1, certify you, 2, make you go out and do a workshop where you help people, a 7-week workshop where you have 7 new habits, right? They use your resources. And then at the end of it, you tell those people, hey, go tell all of the people you just taught in person to join this community so you can get paid month after month. And literally all you have to do is download. Basically what the affiliate program does is every month it gives you a spreadsheet that you upload into PayPal, click a button and mass pay. And that's it. And 100 people going out and getting 10 people a quarter is 1,000 people a quarter joining your membership. That's a goal. You're building your own affiliate army without anybody else helping you. So
yeah, that is a goal.
One more thing before we go. Thank you so much for listening to the Flip Lifestyle Podcast. If you love the Flip Lifestyle Podcast, if we bring a little joy and a little happiness and we bring some knowledge into your life every single week, could you do us a favor? Go to Apple Podcast and hit subscribe. Download a few of the podcast episodes onto your phone. Apple's algorithm loves seeing downloads and it loves seeing those subscribes. And please leave us an honest review over on Apple Podcast. That'll help us grow the show, expand the mission, and reach more people so that we can help them change their family's future as well. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.